I take it I can be heard. Okay, so we'll be going and playing in about 4 or so minutes. I'm actually on the route here, so we'll be playing London Commuter. I've just changed my mic volume. There we go. I've just changed my mic volume. Okay, so the plan for today is we'll be doing a run on the 387 on London Commuter. So that should be all. I think I'm just going to do hour-long stream today. It's the first one. So I'll see you in about 2 minutes. Okay, so it's starting time. There's basically one other person, and that's Speed Slayer. Right, so I think we're going to go for a... let's go August with a bit of cloud. No, that's wetness. I just get really confused with these bits. 387-2, and I was thinking we will do a Brighton to London around midday. Who likes to drive at that kind of time? There you go, 1 Mike 59, Brighton to London. So I'm just going to follow the usual template of the past 2 Train Sim World videos I've done. I think it's the last 2, which is just generic Train Sim World stuff. So yeah, that's all we're doing. Sim World stuff. So yeah, that's all we're doing. Just wait for the game to load, because I am on PlayStation 4, so it can take a while. But you can see the lovely Tarandarampa route, which I don't have, and I'm not really that interested in getting. West Cornwall Local, I've got that. That should be that might be a good one for a video. But one of the strange things that I find about West Cornwall Local is that you can't actually, the layers provided, the loco hauled layers, actually for some reason, due to either fault of Rivet or DTG, require the BR heavy freight pack, even though the only assets really I think that are used from the BR heavy freight pack are the locos if you want to use them, which is just a bit strange. But anyway, we're in. So we're in our 387 Brighton, London, Victoria. I don't think we're calling anywhere special. Let's wait for the pause before the game starts, because that's what Train Sim World likes to do. And we're in. I'm hoping that game volume can be heard. Just quickly pop that there. I do like to switch the AWS on and all of the safety system bits and bobs. If you would like to watch a video based on UK safety systems, then you can check it out on their channel. So neutral, AWS, TPWS, and AWS operational. Okay, right, step 1, and destination's already set. Let's get some lights on, and I think we're ready. Got the green. I think so. You can see you've got some bits and bobs out there. And another thing is, because I'm on PS4, Brighton is extremely empty due to the lack of Class 313s, and also, yeah, there are no 3.8s. If not any, there are hardly any, if not any. 377 services going out to Portal here for weird reasons. Oh no, I accidentally did that on free cam. Interesting thing is, with the rear cam, if you put it all the way to the front, then the free cam will go from the front, because for some reason the free cam location is based off of the rear cam location in front instead of the front one, which I don't really know why. But we'll free cam it from here, I reckon. Head in forwards. It's a really nice train, the 387. It's my train that I go on quite a bit. Mostly go on the 800s and stuff, but I do like a good 387. And they're not exactly as responsive as its sister class, the 377 over here. However, it's definitely quite nippy on overhead. So I am going to, let's go. There we go, back of what I believe is our 8 car set. Yep. London, Victoria, off we go. We are due in, we're going straight to Gatwick and then straight to Victoria, which is good. We should be in around an hour, just under or just over, can't tell. all sorts of people in the chat. Hey, hey, hey. Hello. All came in quite quickly, actually. Welcome, feel free to ask any questions in the chat, stuff like that. And yeah, we're just taking this Gatwick Express Class 387, lovely train, up to London Victoria, calling it Gatwick Airport only. Fed up. Nice. Nice, Izzy. Sayuri said my trains are nice. Wonderful. Coming past the first station here, Preston Park. And here's the MCB cutting in and out. All that. As we speed up to 75 miles an hour, and then we head through the tunnel, and it's 90 from there on out. And then 90 almost all the way up to, I think, it's 92. Oh, I'm trying to think. I can't think. I am okay, Shrekky Boo. I've made Speedslayer a mod, so he is in charge of the chat. If he's still here, which I'm not sure. Up to 90 miles an hour now. 20 miles should take us just under, maybe just over 15 minutes. Yes, sheesh you are mod. Indeed. Yes, trains are good. We can agree on that much. Some tones. Yes, power. Not as much power as I would like. Ideally, the most power you'd get is from the overhead. Because here we're on this flimsy little third rail. We're just about to go through a tunnel, so this doesn't really help. But this will connect to overhead wires, and you'll get more power from that because it's higher voltage and confusing electricity stuff goes on, and you get more power, and it's quicker to accelerate, and you get to higher top speed. But as you could see, because we're now in a tunnel, we don't have the overhead lines on this route. It's just the third rail, so acceleration is impaired. Very confusing. Yeah, very confusing. train indeed, lappies. Getting more people watching the live stream than I do watching the normal videos. So you got some old sidings as we come up on our second station, Hassocks, where a few Gatwick Expressos this stop, but not many. Yeah, we'll keep on at 90 for the train there. So we'll continue at 90 until we get an 80 limit restriction, and then shortly after that we go back up to 90. You basically reach 90 miles an hour, and then you go back down at and you stop at Gatwick Airport. Really, yeah, Gatwick Airport's a bit like Reading. Everything stops at Gatwick. Why do I like trains? I like trains because they are cool. It's a thing that started a very, very long time ago. I've always been into trains, and then I always used to watch train simulator videos from a very well-known train sim YouTuber called Moleman978. I know that Speed Slayer will know him, and basically it was like, oh, you know, I always wish I could have train sim because I don't have a PC at the moment, but I will do soon. And it was all like, you know, I wish I could have that. I wish I could drive, you know, my local route. And then this came for PC, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. But it was at first just an American route, and then I saw, oh look, it's coming to console. Like, I have to get this. So I remember I got it on the literally a few days after release. Saved up all of my pocket money, and yeah, and then I got this, and that's how I've started playing this. Station's Wivelsfield. You just saw a line come in from the right, which means that more trains join us here. You will see a lot of trains on this route. I think in total, if you probably have to scroll back quite a bit, but I think there's over 1,000 playable services on here. So yeah. Hello, that person. It did, that's right, Speed Slayer, it did come out on Xbox way before PS4, but I think you've always effectively, as long as you've had a PC, you've been able to play Train Simulator on PS4, because I know that there's people who actually used to play it with an Xbox controller. Hello, Felix's Spacetime Shorts. Have you upgraded from the standard channel then? We're slowing down a bit as we begin to come through Haywards Heath. Wonderful station, Haywards Heath. Lots to do in Haywards Heath. No, my name is not Daniel. My name is not Daniel. Yeah, that's what I'm really thinking, Pasic. Yeah. WTF. You can hear the constant binging in the background. That's the AWS onboard safety system. It bings when there's a green signal and it beeps when there's something else. So you will hear that as we begin to get closer to London. No, you hid me on my main account. Aaron Yeager the bird. I loved English today. I did too. That was fun. I got Mad Lapis Whitey. Need to preferably keeping my eye on the screen because I'm also keeping my eye on the chat as well. So it's just switch my game volume down there by accident. Apologies if the audio's a bit rubbish. It's had this headset for about 3 years now, and it's not exactly the best. Pog Station, yes. What was it we just went through? We just went through Hayward Heath. Yeah. Stations will become more and more. Oh, viaduct! This is a very Pog viaduct. Yes, it's a Pog viaduct. It's a very Pog viaduct. Take a screenshot. Why not? How do you play Train Simulator? I'm planning on doing a tutorial on that as a video, but I haven't got around to it yet. First step is you buy it. That tends to help. Yeah. In the game, can you go as fast as you want? Well, you're only supposed to go as fast as the speed limit lets you, which is that little red circly thing on the speedometer in the right-hand corner. Technically, you can go as fast as the train will let you. So, for instance, this train on overhead wires will its maximum possible speed is 110 miles an hour. Granted, it may go a few more, you know, it might go maybe at 120, but they've got, the builders of the game have a whole physics engine that they use, and they just put in the numbers of the real thing, yeah, do it. Well, shall I do it? If I can get 3 do-its, I'll do it. Not from the same person, though. Not from the same person. Can't just put 3 do-its. What happens if you crash a train? Well, the same as you pass a red signal, the game just ends, which is a bit disappointing. Yeah. Do it. I've got 2 do-its now. 1 more do-it and I'll do it. Danny Graham DeVito, hey, I'm a fellow train spotter. I hope you have fun and don't spad. I mean, it's fairly easy at the moment because we're down by 3 bridges, so there's not actually much activity here. But as you can see on the map, once we get kind of between East Croydon here and London Victoria, it could become quite likely if I'm not paying enough attention. Okay, I've got plenty of do-its. I'm just... yeah, accelerating as much. Oh, 80 limit. No, have to ignore that. As you can see, it's come up red because we're speeding. There we go. Another train there. We'll see how fast we can get before 3 bridges, which is the next station, and I'll cut off the power there. See how fast we can get. Okay, 90 limit, and just as we've gone past the 90 board, we've started speeding again. Same with most of my popular videos. I put off making my second most popular video for weeks, and when I did, it's still getting hundreds of... Yeah, it is. I keep meaning to like put stuff on the YouTube, and it's like I don't want to record a video, or something will happen and I can't record a video, and I'm like, oh, wish I'd done that. Oh, right, you can hear it just beep there. That's because you've got 2 yellows, which means that we need to slow down. So I did it. You put do it. I did do it. But we are going to need to slow down quite significantly, quite quickly. I did get caught speeding. There we go. It always happens. Mind you, if I did that in real life, I'd be almost immediately fired from my job, most likely, but hey ho, it's not real life, is it? It's just a simulator. You can hear it beep again because you've got one yellow, which means that the next one will be a red. So I know you were saying, Danny Graham DeVito, that I shouldn't spad, so here's my first chance to spad, and hopefully it won't happen. Is that my signal? I hope that's not my signal, that one down there. I don't think it is, no, signals are mostly on the left in the UK. So I think what we are waiting for, what we have been waiting for, is a train to come out of these platforms at Three Bridges. It's either come from Southampton or Portsmouth, and it will have come up from here and cut onto the fast line, so I think we're just going to be held here to wait for that to happen, or for something to come from the fast lines onto the slow lines. Would you ever drive a train? It's something I've considered as a job, but I was kind of thinking, is it a sustainable thing, as seeing as more, like, trains are becoming more driverless and less reliant on a driver, and is it something where I could put, like, skills to use? You know, it pays a lot, but I think I'm still staying with the railway theme, and I'm going to go into engineering. I think I've got... There we go. Oh, and as fate always has it, as soon as you stop it goes to yellow. So we're off again to Gatwick. There's obviously something in front of us that switched over. See, we did have 8 people in here for a time, but now there's only 3. Is what it is. I guess it's like YouTube, really. It's not really, unless you know that you're bringing in a lot of views, you're not, it's not, is it sustainable kind of thing? Is it something that you can keep on doing? And it's a big question, you know, because you, all of a sudden you could be making bank, and you'd be like, you know, I'm absolutely living the dream, I'm making tons of money here, and then the next month people could just stop watching your videos and you make nothing. And obviously stuff like YouTube depends on stuff like sponsorship deals and all that malarkey. So what do I want to do as a job? I said that a minute ago. I would like to become an engineer on the railway, work for hopefully Network Rail, but I don't know if that'll actually happen, as seeing as the railway is constantly changing. They all left, I didn't, because I'm a real one. Am I emo? No. No, I'm not emo. Now, is that a yellow? Yeah, it's a yellow. As you can see, I'm keeping it slow because I don't want to go all the way up to 90 and then have to slow it down again, all the way up to 90 and slow down again, because I may as well just keep it at 50. It's exactly the same. I'm not losing as much power. Well, from the looks of the chat, there's 3 people in here, but my PlayStation is saying 4, and my YouTube says 4 now. My YouTube was just saying 2, so I guess it can be a bit temperamental sometimes. What's that? I can check. Oh, it's a red, so we are going to slow down now. It's obviously sat at Gatwick, isn't it? It's one of the things I love. When one of the most recent big updates came, you can now zoom. It's so cool, because it means you can actually see stuff. You can hear the motors kind of spooling down here as we approach our signal. Again, I don't even know if anyone can hear this, because I don't know whether the game audio is working, because I did no testing at all. We are just crawling up to this red signal because, you know, Who on earth wants to actually stop? No, we're not making it. And this is the reality of it. If you drive a service where you know there's going to be other trains and it's on a busy route, you just spend time sitting here. Especially if you're driving a freight service, passenger trains have priority, so you just sat here, and that's that really. You can hear it. That's perfect. That's perfect. Can now breathe a sigh of relief. There, class 377. And for those of you wondering, can you get up and walk around? I know you can look around. Yes, you can get up and you can go and have a look. Look, there's all the people. There's hardly any because, you know, who on earth travels in first class? Way too expensive. Then there's nobody in standard class as well. Right, let's see if this signal's changed. And it has! Right, let's get going. This should take us into Gatwick. Yes, plane! If you don't know why that is, that's because there's a runway like just there. Like I know it's terribly modelled, but that's because it's not trains. There it is. Look, there's another one. Oh, there's the plane. There's like the landing lights, and that's supposed to be Gatwick Airport, but you know, not everything can be faithfully recreated, and it's not exactly it's not Microsoft Flight Simulator, is it? So do we need to really have a detailed airport? Plane thick. Plane thick and plane is not exactly realistic, which is a thing that a lot of people have complained about, but I don't really care because it's train simulator, not plane simulator. Just be glad that they actually put planes in it, you know. Why there are no people? Because it's a PS4, so it's a puny little thing and it can't really take much in terms of memory, especially if it's running something like this, especially on this route. If it's got a kind of see, if I open the doors, you can see the doors open, yeah. But I mean, if I've got I think there's about 50 stations on this route, then it's got 50 miles of track basically, I think, and over like 500 trains to spawn in. And if there's passengers spread across 50 stations, if let's say there's 500 people, that's 10 people at each station. Even though it might seem like a lot of people, that's only 10 people at each station. But then you've also got the excuse that it's about 1:45 and everybody's still at work/school. But you know, who cares? Oh, I can hear a plane, but then you can always hear planes here. There it is. Just see the tail fin sticking out. Let's get some doors closing actions, shall we? Face palms as a plane fan. Yeah, but again, I guess I know that the community, if there's all sorts of mods, but again, that's a privilege that only PC players have, because you know, they're PC players, so they can download things, but you can't on a PS4. There's people in the community that have made mods, so that it looks like I think it's a Boeing 737. They've made it look like an EasyJet one, which is not even accurate at that. But I seem to remember on some sort of live stream on their game, on their YouTube channel, someone saying the planes aren't right, and they were like, well, that's the best we can do for the moment. We're working with aeroplane building companies to see if it's possible to model planes, but it's train sim world, and I'd say with the amount of lagginess and bugs and stuff that are currently in the game, and there's a few game crashes going around at the moment, it's not exactly the top of their priorities. Gatwick more like Gatfield. I do like a good bit of Gatwick. I've only been there once, and it wasn't even to get on a plane, because I was going to Brighton, and I made the stupid decision of taking the North Downs line all the way to Gatwick, which is like from Reading all the way through Guildford and Red Hill, and it kind of comes along here from Reigate here along to Red Hill, and then all the way back down to Gatwick. And then we hardly even stopped there because we just hopped straight on a Gatwick Express 387 and were off down to Brighton. I believe that was actually in the last days of the 442s, and I was really disappointed that we didn't manage to get on them. As you can see, we're accelerating right up to 90 miles an hour now. So, yeah, back in the clear with all the signals. Train! Yeah. It really does feel quite empty around here. Like, even at Gatwick, like, it feels even more empty around Brighton without, like, AI. But again, once you kind of get north of East Croydon, there's just trains everywhere. Like, there's nothing at that station. Oh, there's nothing around there at the moment. 2 trains there, train there, train there. You know, you go a bit further up the line and there's train there, train there. You see all these yellow signals and stuff. You get to 3 trains there, train there, you know, train there. And you get into Victoria and there's like a train there and a train there and all sorts of trains there. Like, this timetable's so busy, like, you'll sometimes have like 3 or 4 trains all leaving London Victoria Station at the same time. It's very interesting. Train go brr. Yeah. Yeah. It does go brr. Some trains go brr. This train doesn't go brr. Because if you scroll back in the video, you'll hear the motor sounds. Kind of more of a whine. Which is a little annoying, but it's electric, and it's good for the planet. Everybody loves a good electric train. Just coming through Earlswood here, so I'm going to slow down to 80 miles an hour for the 80 mile an hour speed restriction that will curve us right and onto the fast lines, which means that we won't see some stations for a while. This train go her, yeah. Under Victoria, it's quite strange that it's still forecasted to take us around half an hour to get in there, so I feel like we might be waiting outside for a while, which will be fun. You go back up to 90 miles an hour here. Again, like on these fast services, there's not much stuff to actually see. Obviously here we're mostly focused on watching the train and monitoring all the stuff and the safety systems and the speed limit and all of that kind of stuff, and making sure that we're looking at signals. So it's not like we can just, oh, look out the window, there's some trees and a car park in the middle of nowhere and some houses and some buildings, and yeah. It's London to Brighton isn't exactly the most scenic of routes. I'll say that. I'll say that indeed. But I mean, once you get into London, you can see Battersea Power Station, River Thames. As you go over the River Thames, and yeah. Beep 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 beep. There we go. There we go. So I believe somewhere along here you can actually see the slow lines. They should be just through that. There they are, look. Other tracks. That's where all the slow trains go. Other train will cross over the slow lines in a minute. We'll go through a tunnel, they'll go through a tunnel, and then we'll cross over just after. There you go, more slow line action station. into the tunnel, complete darkness. Thumbs up. Talking of thumbs up, it would be a pleasure if some of you could like the video. If one of the three of you could do that, that would be amazing. Also, subscribe, because we're up to 25 now. Which, even though it's like a very small amount, it is quite the achievement for me. As you can see more and more trains kind of going past us, and here we cross the slow lines. So we go over this short bridge, and there's the tracks there, and they go under and across, and can't see it because of these stupid monitors and doors and stuff. Like, why on earth do doors have to exist? Well, it's actually so that people can go through. Tell you what, I'm gonna do a risky here. So if any alarms go off, we're done for. I'm gonna get up and we're gonna open up the front and we're gonna do a Titanic, and we're gonna hold our arms out in front and have someone grabbing us from behind, and yeah. Right, let's actually drive the train now. Can I crash that train? I can crash that train, but I'm not planning on doing that. Who knows? Maybe I will, at the end, I'll do a crash just for good measure, just to show you what it's like, and what happens. It's not a very eventful experience because the screen just fades to black in the end. So again, if I can get, maybe because there's 2 people in the chat, if 2 people can do it again, I will do it. I will crash the train at the end. If I can get 2 more do-its throughout the stream, I will do it. So here we're just joining up with the lines from Caterham and Tattenham Corner. They are 2 separate places, Caterham and Tattenham Corner. And we're coming up on Purley, and Purley is where we begin to slow down, which is, it's not a problem, it's just, you know, you have to slow down, which means it'll take us a bit longer than if we were gunning along at 90 the entire way. Right, we've got 1 do-it. 1 more do-it and I'll do it. So you're just coming through Purley. You'll notice that by crossing over with the slow lines, we're now on the left-hand side and they're now on the right-hand side. From our point of view, that is. And obviously before, we were on the right and they were on the left. Right, we've got 2 do-its, so we're going to do it. At the end of the stream, I will crash a train. We'll finish this service, complete it, because we're good people. And then at the end, I'll crash it. Just so that all of you guys can sit there and laugh, ah, you crashed the train. Oh, that's our 60 limit through South Croydon, so we're going to slow down with this guy. Oh wow, 3 do-its! Maybe I should have asked for 4. Ooh, almost at 60 miles an hour now. Coming up on South Croydon, so this should be perfectly braked, which is good. Oh, tree. Didn't see that coming. Even though I did, because I've driven this route like 30 times. Oh, beep. What's that for? Oh, yellow signal. This is turning out to be an entertaining run, isn't it? Didn't expect any of this. I just kind of clicked the first one. But it's actually come to be quite exciting. An example of actually how busy this route is. Looks like we're probably going to have to slow down and stop just before East Croydon, because I think we've caught up to that service that we were originally stuck behind at Three Bridges and Gatwick. So, because it's a southern service and it will stop at East Croydon and Clapham Junction, so it will kind of get away from us here, although not much. But then we'll join back up. We'll meet back up with it again at Clapham. All right, there we go. Beep, beep, beep. There's a red signal there. I sure do hope we stop in time for it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. No, it's fine. We've got brakes. Our brakes are perfectly fine. And there we go. Right. Yellow. Floor it. Absolutely flooring it. Who cares about speed limits and signals? Okay, right. Oh, we've reached the boundary of 100 comments. Comments, chats, things. Oh. If you have any more questions, feel free to chat about them and ask and stuff and things and stuff. Oh, it's well timed of me. Okay, another 387 there, and like I said, it's like when we were kind of between Gatwick and Three Bridges, we're constantly speeding up and slowing down, speeding up and slowing down. Whereas we could have just kept it at 30 and we probably would have been fine. I mean, we are fine because, you know, I slowed down. Poggers! What's poggers? Everything's poggers. The train's poggers. The route's poggers. And the fact that we're going to crash at the end is poggers. What train shall I pick? Shall I pick the stupidly oversized French train? Or should I just pick... I don't know if I can pick that actually, it might be too long. I'll probably have to pick one of these trains. Should I pick a British train or should we go for a mystery? Should we go for something that nobody will know about, or should we go for something that's British? Okay, 2 more trains. As you can see, it's gonna get even busier. There's gonna be even more trains. Kind of once we come past Balham and Clapham Junction, that's where you kind of reach maximum capacity. That's where you'll see the most trains. But from here, it will begin to get very laggy, like seriously laggy at some points. And who knows, the game might even crash. That'll be fun. First live stream and the game crashes. London Victoria in 7.1 miles, which is a slight annoyance because it's still due to take us around 15 minutes. And you can see I'm constant. French train. I don't think the French train will fit. And why have you starred out the E in French? French isn't a swear word. It'd be funny if it was. You're so French. Well, that would be funny. That would be funny indeed, just when you go up to someone you hate. Oh, you're so French. That's bull French. Yes. Yes, Felix. Oh no, you've retracted your message. Or has YouTube deleted it because you've used French and it's a swear word? That'd be funny. That's what I would do if I was like one of the top people at YouTube. I would make it so that you couldn't say French. So someone just like commented French, it got automatically removed. And you'd have to say French like it is said in the chat. It'd just be a real joke because like no one would know about it, and like someone at YouTube would be like constantly trying to fix it. Someone else would be constantly trying to fix it, thinking it's a bug, and you're just like continuously resetting it so that people can't say French. Right, we're about to come up to Balham. Well, we're just coming through Stretton Common in a minute. So we'll join with even more stuff from Balham and with even more stuff from Clapham Junction, and then we'll be on the final stretch, but we'll probably be quite slowed down. As you can see, we're constantly running under caution. Mystery! Right, well, I think by the fact that people have said French, French and mystery, you want something that's not British. So we'll do something that's not British. Why not? British. Here's a funny dad joke for you. Why is there no tea in British? Because we drank all of it. Oh look, that's a single yellow. That means that the next one is a red. The acutely aware of you will have known that since about 15 minutes ago. Oh, that's binged. That means we can continue. I'm so happy. The bushes should be cut back. I could not see that signal until the last minute. So if that was red, that could have caused a danger signal past it. Danger. Oh yes, we have to go down to 60 miles an hour here. One absolute outrage. But otherwise we would crash, and we don't want to crash until the end when we go into the mystery train. Ooh. You see there's more and more stuff popping up here. Dan, the running. I thought you were going to say that. Dan the running man. It looks like there's another one on the way. Damn it, I sound like... Oh. Yeah, I've run out of things to say. No one's commenting in the chat. How's your day, guys? What's life like out there in the not too far away world? Also, obviously, because it's already being streamed on YouTube, this will be available for you all to re-watch and probably make fun of me for countless days on end in the not so near future. I mean, tomorrow you'll probably all go, hey, you made an absolute embarrassment of yourself on your live stream last night. Because that's what people do. Rubbish day. Yeah. Most people have rubbish days. Now, Felix, I really hope you're subscribed on from your main channel and your shorts channel, Because if you're not, that'd just be terrible. Another red signal here. You can actually see you got the signal letters. That says VC because we're in the Victoria area. That's London, Victoria. Great day! Oh, amazing! That's fantastic. I've had a great day too. As you can see, this is where we're wasting our time, whiling away the minutes. By the looks of things, there's probably still going to be something in our platform at London Victoria. No, it's empty. So, hopefully that means we'll be able to arrive in a bit early. Oh, yellow. Yeah, a lot of people think that, like, train signals work in the same way as traffic lights, but they don't. Because they're like green, yeah, green is go and red is stop. But yellow is a completely different thing. So you have yellow and double yellow. So you got a red, and then a yellow says that a red is coming, and then a double yellow says that a yellow is coming, which says that a red is coming, and then a green is just either as green is coming, or a double yellow is coming, which means a yellow is coming, which means a red is coming, which means you need to stop. It's coming through Clapham Junction, previously Britain's busiest interchange station. All those platforms are empty because they're used by a different operator, which isn't in this game. It's actually not... Well, no, it actually used to be Europe's busiest interchange station. It's not anymore, though. That role has been taken over by Stratford, and I think I'm about to SPAD, which stands for Signal Passed at Danger. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh. I don't know if we would have made it there, but we did. Yes, we donner. Man, autocorrect is so rubbish. Does that say we do or we don't? Because if it says we don't, I do not know what you're on about. Yeah. Anyway, 1.7 miles to Victoria, and we are almost there. Almost. I swear, if you SPAD, I do not want the consequences of SPADs. No. We almost did, but we didn't. And because we didn't, we're fine. It's absolutely fine. We're not going to SPAD. Whoever said we were going to SPAD? We're just going to crash at the end. Which is even worse. But it's fine now, because we should be cleared almost all the way into London Victoria. Because our platform's empty, but we've still got like 6 minutes to go basically a mile. Which is a bit of an annoyance. Passing our penultimate station, our second last station, Battersea Park, where there is actually a secret London Overground service that runs like 3 days a week. But the more used, there's Battersea Power Station, and there's a Battersea Power Station Underground station near Battersea Power Station, which is a London Underground station, brand new thing, which is quite cool. I really want to go there, but I don't know if I will. I'm not sure. And here we are about to come across the River Thames. Now here is a location on which I have SPADed many a time, because I've been too busy looking out at the glorious views over the river. I have been just kind of done that, and I haven't realised. I actually came off the sidings once, just over there, Battersea Pier sidings, and I was like, oh, look at the river, it's so nice. And bada bing, bada boom, I passed that signal and it was red, and the game was over. What's my favourite dinosaur? I think all dinosaurs should be equal, so I love all dinosaurs equally. But I love dinosaurs very much. I'm just joking. I really like the Stegosaurus. accelerating now up to 40 miles. Well, no, we're not accelerating up to 40 miles an hour. We're just accelerating because we just, yeah. I've got really confused. But yeah, I do really love the Stegosaurus. And now begins the waiting game, because this is a very busy junction where trains are constantly coming in and out almost every minute. So this is going to be joyous. So at the moment we can just stop right here. We'll either be coming in on, there we go, we're coming on platform 14. The Outlook Express train is always coming on platform 13 or 14. So this here is called the driver reminders appliance. So we switch this on, and this basically means I can't take power. However, because we're on a gradient, the DRA does not apply the brakes, which is the foolish mistake that I made before. And I thought, oh no, it's all right. I can just like steer at this red signal, and the brakes just come on automatically, right? No, they didn't, and I passed signal of danger. My favourite dinosaur. I said all dinosaurs should be equal. They should be treated equally. And I think no dinosaur should be left out. But I do love the Stegosaurus. I love the Stegosaurus. Yeah, just waiting at the moment for stuff to come out. So it looks like that's going to be leaving, which probably serves to Reigate. And that's going to be leaving, but that won't affect us. We're obviously waiting for this to leave, which it is doing so now. Taking so long, and just so that it can be fun, and I've got to do it anyway. Darth Vader horn, because you know. There we go. And also whistle. Should we watch some trains as we wait for our signal to clear? Why not? Why not? So I think we're just waiting for this guy here who's in front of us to kind of, because we're going to curve off right here to kind of bring us into platforms 13 and 14. But I think we've just got to wait for him to clear the junction, which is a bit annoying. The Our Train, the class 387, is basically a better, newer version of that. So the screens here are different, and the front panel is slightly different. But the bits where it says coast, they're not on there. The DRA switch is actually like a switchy switch on this one, whereas on there it's like a button. Right, there we go. We're just being given the yellow signal, and I've still got the DRA on. That's the thing that is really helpful about it, is that it makes you think. Always think before you act, and I didn't think. Anyway, right, next stop, London Victoria, platform 14. Yeah, thank you to the, well, YouTube says the 3 of you who are still watching the stream. Obviously we are going to do the big crash at the end, because everybody loves a crash. So make sure you stay on for that. But just a quick one in case I forget to say at the end, which I probably won't. I'll probably say about 50 billion times. Thank you for watching. I think at some point we had probably about 8 people in the stream. I'm planning on doing this a little bit more, but then the real question is, am I going to do this a little bit more? Because is it really realistic that you'll see more videos? You'll definitely see more videos. Whether there'll be streams or not, I have no idea. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, because still no one's liked. I mean, I've liked, but that's because I'm a sad little guy who likes his own videos. Anyway, here we are. We're at the buffers, so we're going to spawn in at Battersea Park, and that is where we will just go max speed and just like crash. It'll be very fun. Here we are, London Victoria. Just switch that into neutral and you can watch the doors open. There you go, the doors have opened. And now what we do here is we just shut down the train, so we're going to get them to on, them off, that off, and that off, and that needs to be in B3. And I can just hop out again. And look, there you are, and Victoria. Right, let's see what we got. See what points we got. Oh, we got a gold medal, 8,000 points. We walked 50 yards and we drove 50 miles, and it took us 56 minutes and 57 seconds. All sorts of 50s there. We were on time at Gatwick Airport, and we were just a little bit early actually at London Victoria. Right, let's crash. Like, why the hell not? Spam crash in the chat if you're actually still watching and you can still hear me. Any plans on going to Reading Green Park when it opens? Definitely yes. But it's something that I'd love to go and at like 4 o'clock in the morning and get the first train and do all that kind of stuff. But I probably won't. I'll definitely go there at some point, like when it's new, but like not like it's not likely that I'll be on like the first train that stops at Reading Green Park. And I probably won't even be there for the opening ceremony or anything. I'll probably just go, oh, you know what, let's go to Reading Green Park for the day. Ah, yes, very snazzy. Right, oh, I've accidentally come out again. These are all the routes that I own. Which means there's all sorts of trains to crash and have fun with. Right, London Commuter, that's the route that we're just on. Tools, so there's a scenario designer on here. I think this is it. Hang on, edit. So it's a bit rubbish that you have to go through all of this, but it is what it is, really. And we want to go from... Oh no, we need to go all the way back to the beginning because we're going from Battersea, aren't we? Battersea Park, platform 3? No, it's the other one. Platform 4. To Victoria, platform 12. And we are going to pick a non-British train which isn't working, so hold on a second. I'm just going to select this because I can, because I've got to set it to a different mode, and because train sim's funny like that. It's all because of physics stuff anyway. Let's pick, right, the first person in the chat, we can either have an American locomotive or a German locomotive, and it'll just be the locomotive, nothing else. So the first person in the chat to say that will do either German or American. I'm just waiting on you guys. German! Right. Now, what's the perhaps the quickest off the blocks German thing that I know? Right, DBBR 146.2. So we're gonna do that. Because, you know, I'm pressing the wrong button. Right, it's going to load in now, and we'll be taken through the hour-long loading screen again. I own that train. I actually own both of those trains, but I can't use both of them, because train sim's funny like that. I don't own that one, though. Don't really know if I want to, because only has like 12 services on it. Own that one though. Very nice train. It's American. That's what I would have driven if you'd have picked American. But you didn't, so you know. That's what I would have picked if you put British, probably. Smashed into the buffers with that because it's a diesel. And again, I didn't have that. It's the same 3 pictures on the loading screen. Right, we're in. We are in, indeed. Right, it's the older version, but that doesn't matter because I think the older version's a bit quicker anyway. Do that, even though it doesn't make a difference. It's already fully set up. Let's get some lights. We'll actually put the lights on it, I think. Right. 3. I'm just going to max throttle it, right? So it's literally just the locomotive, nothing else. 3, 2, 1, and go. You can hear the motors just immediately going up. Oh, very fast. Oh, bit of wheel slip, and we might have a game crash. No, we don't. Take it from inside the cab. You can see we're already breaking the speed limit. We are now going faster than we were at any point during the last service. Even faster. Oh, we've broken 100 miles an hour. Crash, power, all that stuff. Let's blimmin' do it. Hopefully we actually make it into the station. But then, even then, you will see it will fade to black. So you will have to be very quick. And you can also, you know, replay it. Of course, on the YouTube multiple times. Here we go. 107 miles an hour. Straight into the buffers. And crash. Well, that wasn't very eventful, was it? That's a bit of a shame. We did crash though. Maybe I should do it with another train. Should we do it again? Should we do it again? With a different train? I can say that was quite disappointing. All the suspense for the big crash, and then nothing happens. This time we're going to go for the British train that I said we would go with, so, because, you know, why not? Yes. Let's do it again. Why not? I'm not even going to make it off the rails now. Off the rails is just a stupid thing that they came up with that means you can use trains that shouldn't be used here, even though half of these trains actually shouldn't really be used here. And I bet I'm not even going to be able to drive the one that I want to. No, I can't. Right, back, off the rails mode, because trains seem stupid like that. I've said that quite a lot, haven't I? And we want the class 150. We'll just do the one. Actually, no. We'll do four units, we call them, on railway. Right. Who knows, it might even spawn in my custom livery because trains seem stupid like that. Even though I wanted to. We've been streaming for an hour now. An hour and 15 minutes. Class 43. I don't know if the 43 will fit at Battersea Park. I'd probably have to start it back at Clapham Junction. Maybe we could do an entire video where it just crashes. I will do that. That will be the next that'll be the next stream. It'll just be crashes upon crashes. This is the last thing we're going to do. But make sure you do tune in and subscribe, because that's fun. All that wonderful stuff. Right, we're in. Should we open the doors? Let all the people off before they commit themselves to complete death. Let's just stop the engine just so that you can hear this. Look at this thing. This is 4 2-car units, which make up an 8-car, which is absolutely mad. Like we've been told to load passengers here anyway. But like, if you just walk through this entire thing, like, it's crazy. And this is what I mean by the doors at the end of the cab. When I said, oh yeah, the doors are used to do this, that. Well, this is what the doors are actually supposed to do. They're not set up properly for some stupid reason, because trains seem stupid like that. And it's supposed to set up like this, so that you can either have it open like we do at the front, or you can have it like closed off, so that people can walk through, and so that people like can't actually get into the cab, but that you can. This is a guard panel. It's supposed to work, but it doesn't, because trains sim. Well, the makers of this train are a bit. They're not exactly the. They don't exactly have the best reputation for building train sim routes. There you can see this is now fully open. You've got a seat there and a seat there that we need to sit in. So now we're going to release the brakes and we're going to start the engines. And where should we go now? Let's go to St Austell, because the destination bind's stupidly slow. Actually, no. We're gonna go to Penzance. It's all the way on the other side. That was very stupid of me to pick Penzance. There we go, Penzance. Penzance. We're going to Penzance. Right, brakes are released. Let's close these doors. Are you ready for power? Hella power. Look at that, you can see all the engines on each of the units. Just kind of like spooling up. Now this isn't exactly the fastest, because, you know, it's not German. German trains are fast. Power! Yeah, see, this one's actual power. Like, power! Because it's diesel, and you can actually hear it like you're revving up. Whereas you can't hear that on anything else. Still cool, though. It is still cool. In my opinion, it's cooler than a German train. Because trains don't have to be fast to be cool. Trains can be slow and be cool. You can actually hear the transmission change in there at 45 miles an hour. It's quite cool. Ooh, let's get the safety systems on. Like, why not? We'll hear it go off again in a minute. Let's go crash. 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 Still reached a surprising like 65 miles an hour, and I thought we were going to be still kind of going on at 45. Now just like watch down the train as this happens. And just like watch the rest of the carriages. Oh gosh, you couldn't even see that. But you could tell, couldn't you? Like just by the way, like, yeah. Well, I'm sorry about that, but that's the end of the stream. Apologies that you couldn't see much of that last crash, and the other crash was a bit rubbish. But trains are stupid like that. So, thank you for watching and staying with us for most of the stream. Yeah, I will see you in the next video, stream thing, Bob. Thank you very much.